Hey, what's going on guys, Hex here, and today we're going to be doing another Detolf, cleaning it and reorganizing it. On the first Detolf, we did this one here, so we got some Japanese stuff up there, doesn't matter, but mostly the G1 Season 1 and 2 figures. So that one we have completed. What we're going to do is we're going to put Season 3 in this one, and do like Japanese series, Headmaster, Super God Master Force, and Victory. So that there's like, they've made fewer amount of those. I figured, that's 3 seasons of Japanese series I could probably fit in there. I'm also in this video probably going to reorganize the top, just because I might put some of those figures that are up here in there, or move some of them up top. I've got some Japanese figures over there, so so far this is what it looks like. So the top, as you can see, we got this shelf, which I just put those there to move them to the side, and that's probably the best looking shelf so far. But we're gonna put risers on each one of them and stack them up. I'm gonna try to pair them with the season that they went with. Alright, the top shelf, I think I've got it kind of situated the way that I want, and what I'm going to be able to leave more space for other figures to go up here. So first off with Metroplex, I put his two little guys up here, 6-gun and Slammer, on top of his knees. That way I didn't have to use any stacks to make them a little bit higher, because right now I have Reflector sitting there. That's not going to be a permanent spot for him, but I figured that I want to leave... He's easy to move, and this is going to leave enough room for a Defensor, hopefully, if we get it, that he would go right here. So, and I think he would tie in nicely right there, because, we got, Minosaur, and we see about what height he is. Predaking's back there. If I could make all the combiners in their combined form, that would be ideal, just because it'll be a space saver on the Detolf shelves. Even though I'm looking at Minosaur, and I debated several times going back and forth. I'm like, individually, I think that these are some of the best looking figures, especially Motormaster. Motormaster in his robot form is one of the best looking Transformers I've seen. So to have him all blocked up like this, and you're not able to really see how dynamic he is, and I'm not really 100% impressed with this Minosaur, but it's better than the Combiner Wars version. So we'll kind of see how these combiners go. If we get another combiner that's like this, not Predaking because he looks awesome, but if we get another combiner that's like this, and the individual bots, they look like a ton better than the combined version, then I think that I'm gonna have to get another Detolf just so I can do the combiners in their individual form, just because I think that these guys look good individually. So anyways, Defensor, kind of a spot left for him. We'll see what happens. Trypticon, just kind of slid his tail in between Omega Supreme and Metroplex here, and kind of got Omega Supreme's gun pointing towards the door as well. Got his little guy, was it Brute or Brunt or something like that, down here. Skylynx is a difficult one to slide in just because of his wings, because you want those to be spread out instead of, like you could, fold this in and, move them a different place, but I want him to be presented the way that he's intended to look. So I figured, slide his tail in between there, one wing's kind of going towards the back. Predaking, he will probably slide over. I've got a room there to where he can slide over, and I can put another bot back there. But until that bot, whatever size, deems that he needs to be back there, comes in, there's no reason to hide him behind Omega Supreme. So Minosaur, we've seen him. Black Zarak, I put his little guy on top, just because I didn't want to put it in front of these guys because it belongs with him. So I think that turned out okay. And then I wanted these two guys, Desaurus and Starsaber, to, be kind of on the front and kind of be highlighted. And I didn't want a ton of stuff kind of cluttering around them. because those are some highlight pieces. So that's the basically all the top there. So I'm kind of, you can see there's spaces to where I'm leaving room for more stuff to come in, to where this one is, that's probably pretty much done. Maybe I can put one more little small figure, but not really a whole room. But my intention is to have all these three Detolfs kind of be like this, where it's maximized. So just leaving room for more figures. All right, and looking at the first shelf, it's the Autobots from the Japanese Headmaster series, except for one bot that's just kind of a space saver for right now. But taking a look at them, we have the clones on the outside. They're actually on an extra riser, so they're not naturally as tall as Punch Counterpunch there. One of them, forget which one, you were able to get in like a 4 or 5 pack box set, and the other one was a Walgreens exclusive. So I'm sure if Dalton's watches this video, he'll be able to correct me on anything that I'm wrong on. Punch Counterpunch, I believe he was part of a Transformer Club where you had to buy it through them. I don't know if it was a subscription figure. I don't think it was. I think it was just something that they offered to sell. And then Twin Cast, regular release. I believe this was also, we got the 3 Monster Bots. This one was a Transformer Club you were able to buy through. I believe these were regular retail. Again, American release. I believe that's Getaway. So whenever we get more Japanese figures, I'll probably end up selling that one. I'm going to be selling a few other figures, so I'm kind of making a pile. So if any of you guys are interested, the Target Masters, right offhand, I forget if there's 3 or 4 of them. Either way, I left room for 4. An actual Target Master, so came with the Target Master, really nice there. And then we have this guy, which he was always the most boring out of the Target Masters, but he only came with this gun. But they used to release like little small packs where you could buy these individual Target Masters. They didn't come with a bigger bot. They were just individual Target Masters. Now, the one that he is supposed to have is like red and black, and it fully extends. This is the closest one that was to that. The other one was blue and gray, and the other one was, I don't know, like white or something like that. So this is the closest one to him. So wanted the Target Master to have an actual Target Master gun. And then we have the actual Headmasters down here. These are the Takara versions. So you can see, like, if you have them and they're the Hasbro release, you'll notice that like some of the molded plastic is different, some of the little painted details are different, and maybe some of the heads are different. But that's a little look at them. So that's the first shelf. As far as it being stacked and everything, you can see like a shelf here versus like, you know, the way I had it, even though I've just kind of crammed some stuff in there. But a lot more presentable, I think, there. So go to shelf 2. All right, now looking at the second shelf, this is going to be the Decepticons from the Japanese Headmaster series. In the back, we have the Triple Changers, the Snapdragon, and Ape Face in the corners. Then we have a 6-shot. Then on the second shelf, we have the Dual Target Masters, which we have Quake, which was a Hasbro release that doesn't have any Dual Target Masters. Then we have Needle Nose, which was one of my favorite figures as a kid. So he does have the Dual Target Masters, so plus there. And then we have Spinister, I almost forgot his name, which has kind of like implied Dual Target Masters. At least they tried there. So not a bad figure. Then down here we have the clones, which again, one I think was part of a 4 or 5 pack box set, and the other one was a Walgreens exclusive, so got both those. The Target Masters, we have our all Takara. So I think it's a Slick Slinger, Trigger Happy, and Misfire, and they all came with their, you know, Target Masters that are supposed to be with them, and they have a little bit different paint apps and heads, I believe, as well as different molded parts. I just thought they looked better. Whenever I saw the Hasbro versions coming out and I saw the Takara ones, I'm like, I'll pay the extra and get the Takara because they just look better. Or at least in my opinion. And then we have this guy, which is kind of funny. He has like 2 different small bots that combined. And then we have flywheels over here. I forget the name of this. Was it something like Battle Trap or something like that? So I'm sure Dalton will clear that up in the comments. And then we have the Headmasters. Just say their American names. Skull Cruncher, I think. Mind Wipe and Weird Wolf. And these are also Takara versions as well. I believe the head on Mind Wipe was different for the American release. May have been different for several of them, but I remember his was quite different. And you can also notice that there's more like kind of a pearl look to some of the plastic there than there was on the Hasbro releases. So another reason why I kind of went the Takara route instead of the Hasbro route with a lot of these figures. So just another look at them. All right, on to the next one. All right, and looking at shelf number 3 and 4, Super God Master Force Victory. Not really a whole lot released for that line, so I'll show you what I did with the 4th shelf. Big guys in the back, Overlords. We have Double Header, Double Dealer, Hydra and Buster. We have Metal Hawk. A little bit better representation than the one that I had, so I'm going to keep this one. Fangry, the Soul Headmaster Jr., about to get another one. We still need other Decepticons, and we need all the Autobots, so maybe 90 years old by the time they finish that line. Speaking about not finishing lines, we have the Little Pretenders here. I thought this was an excellent idea on how to give us the Pretenders. They were very cost efficient, they were very cool, neat, very nicely detailed, especially some of them. And then they decided to give us different version. I think there's another Bludgeon, and then they did a Skullgrin, and I believe they're like different sizes, or going to be different sizes if they even complete that. So I don't really have a whole lot of faith, so I was like, no, I'm good with what I have here. Speaking of not completing lines, here's all these little bitty guys, and they're missing like a lot of their little partners and stuff. This was really fun to not really collect, but have as a kid. Someone that we did a lot of road trips. You don't want to bring Devastator on the road and lose his pieces and one gets lost or something like that. But you could get these little guys at gas stations back in the 80s and early 90s. I forget exactly when they came out, but ton of fun. Pick up a 4-pack and, you know, pretend that, like I used to pretend that this dude was Hot Rod, you know. Just different stuff. These two little guys are the only ones they released out of this 4-pack. I used to pretend that these were Stunticons. So, you know, you're on the road, you're making a huge, long road trip, whether it took several hours or a few days. These were a lot of fun, but another thing they didn't complete. Just like those Pretenders, like haven't done with those guys. Man, I could go on and on about several different lines, but the other Victory figure we put up here, Galaxy Shuttle, and then, you know, we got the two key guys up there that I don't want to put down at the bottom of the Detolf. So basically, Detolf number 2, what we did is we fixed this up here. Got a couple guys sitting on his knees. Got a spot for like maybe Defensor or something. Trypticon, Omega Supreme back there. Skylynx, Metasaur, Predaking, Black Zarak. Got his little dude up there. And then our two big, you know, key pieces from Victory. Then we have the little guys down here. So this is the last time that they've actually released these. And it was with, you know, this guy here. So Star Saber. But just an overview of everything we've done on this Detolf. I think it turned out pretty well. The spacing got a little tight here at the beginning, but I think it looks all right. You know, it all depends on getting more dual target masters. Left some room here for Headmaster Juniors, and then these little guys, because didn't really know what to do with them, so they just been all sitting in a box this entire time since I opened them. So anyways, thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next Detolf.